Welcome back. We're having this very interesting conversation with Grishma and Raj on this extremely sensitive topic of the mistakes parents make. So they had a lot of valid points and we enjoyed bringing it to you and discussing it. What I'd done is, as part of my homework for this show, I had on my Facebook page posted this question to my fellow parents. What do you think are the mistakes that parents make? And I tagged all my good friends. And they came up with a lot of wonderful suggestions. Some of them are similar to what you're saying and some of them are totally new. And with the help of the studio, we compiled that into a video. So I would like to request the studio to kindly play that video right now. Let's take a look at what parents feel the mistakes they make are. And that's what they said. Interesting points. If we have time, we'll probably discuss it today or we'll leave it for another session. And I've thanked all my friends who came up and gave those valuable suggestions. Let me thank you on air again. Thank you for all those valuable points. Back to Grishma and Raj. Grishma, I've got a very sensitive question for you. Yeah, even I'm shuddering when I read it. I hope we, as you said, express it in the most politically correct manner as possible. What the youngsters are saying, that parents quite often are not role models. Okay, they talk about rules and they expect their children to follow these rules, but many a time you youngsters catch them breaking those rules. So it's like saying something and not doing the same thing. And ouch, trust is broken immediately. Can you kindly elaborate?
Okay, so parents set rules, parents set ground rules so that the family as a whole, they adhere to those rules, and for us to understand those rules, it needs to be enforced properly.
Okay.
So the thing that my friend came up was that her dad had made this rule, no bad words in the house.
Okay.
No bad words, absolutely. So she was very cautious about it. And then she found her dad red-handed talking to this, tele-agent guy, someone who was annoying her. She's like, what are you doing and stuff.
Oops.
Then my friend's like, you asked us not to use bad words. And then my brother is right here and he is hearing you. So they do it, when they are frustrated, but then when you have younger siblings at your home, it just creates, they feel that, is this the example that we are supposed to lead? Is this the example that we are supposed to learn from? So parents, they should mostly, practice what they preach, because whatever they do, they are our role models. First and foremost, they are our role models. And whatever they do will have an impact in our lives one way or another, directly or indirectly. So, yes. So that's basically what I'm trying to say.
So the point is, if at all you're enforcing rules, again, I loved something that you said, Grishma. It's not just a question of right or wrong. You put it so beautifully. You said you learn about these rules and how to enforce them by looking at your parents, right?
Exactly.
And when they break it, when they flaunt it, I think the message that comes home is pretty confusing. There's an old joke about the father who tells the child. Have you heard that? It says, don't steal pencils from school. How dare you bring pencils from your friends? If you had wanted pencils, you could have asked me. I would have brought them from office. That's an old one.
So ironical the way you put it.
Yeah, come on. And I've personally seen, lying is taboo. You're not supposed to lie. God will punish you. But when you take your kids to a buffet, and you've had your fill, and then the waiter comes and asks, for him to calculate the bill, because kids below 12 probably get a 50% discount. So you might have a 14-year-old child or a 15-year-old child, and they no, he's 12 or he's 11. So the message that goes home is it's okay. And kids sometimes, they treat their parents as role models and as heroes and superheroes. So if they can lie, then we can lie too. And I think that can really confuse and muddle up the whole concept of values that they have. Have you ever watched a TV program where the audio is not matching the video?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes there's a lag, or the guy is lip syncing something else, but the sound is different. That's exactly how you feel, because parents are saying something but doing something else. That would not be a very interesting thing to watch. So guys, your kids are watching, they have their eyes on you. So make sure. If I was caught a couple of days back, because we say when you're having food, you're not supposed to watch TV, okay, because fully engaged, spending time with one another, no way. And then a promo about the World Cup came up. Tomorrow is the India-Pakistan match, yeah. So all excited and dushman ke chakke chudade and all that, it's happening in the family. And then I said, no, guys, I have to watch. And my little daughter, she's just 7, said, Dad, this is not fair. You don't allow us to watch. So I said, okay, sorry. I think we have to do that. Preach what you practice and practice what you preach. We have another sensitive topic for Raj. Okay, it says there are situations where dad says certain things. This has to be done this way. This should not be done this way. And then you have mom coming and saying something totally different. Yeah, and the guy is like, and that can lead to a lot of politics in the family. Because the guy can go and gossip to dad, and dad says no, and then goes back to mom, and a lot of unhealthy things. Could you elaborate on that? Maybe with some examples?
Yeah, example, suppose you go to a restaurant.
Okay.
Your father wants you to try something new.
Okay.
Some new dishes. He wants you to think out of box.
Okay.
But then your mother says no, you have to go with the conventional way.
Okay.
You have the dishes or something you have tried already, you should do the same thing again.
Okay.
Now you're in you don't know what to do.
Okay.
Whose side to take?
True.
Father's side or mother's side. You don't want to disappoint both of them.
Okay.
Okay. The disadvantage of this is that you give least priority to what you like.
Okay.
What you're passionate about.
Okay.
Taking that restaurant example, what if you feel like going to some other restaurant and try something else?
Okay.
Going to a fast food corner probably.
Okay.
That kind of an example. Then you can say about study methods.
Okay.
Your father wants you to solve papers and then study like that, and have a discussion with your parents while studying.
Okay.
And your mother wants you to do self-study, probably. So still, and you have some other method of learning new things, probably through internet or through all the developing technology, etc.
Okay.
So that's a confusion created. So I feel parents should resolve among themselves, have a proper specific decision, and then they must tell their child to do the same.
Thank you, Raj. Would you want to add something to that, Grishma?
Yes. Actually, I'll just say personal example. When you go for shopping, you have two situations. One situation, there's this beautiful, say red top that you want to buy, but then your mom's like, red? Your dad's like, oh, this is really good, you have to buy it. And then you go like, okay, do I side my dad? Okay, because anyways he's paying for it. Do I side my dad so that I'll get something extra?
Okay.
Or maybe my mom will feel bad, so I'll side her, so she'll feel bad. So I'll go like, okay, fine, let me try something else.
True.
So there I go like, oh, that plant is so cute, and then I was like, I really want it, and then my dad's like, this doesn't look good. My mom's like, yeah, he's right, doesn't look good.
True.
They go like, I just tell something. I mean, whenever I choose something, they go like, okay, I mean, one person is like, it looks good. The other person is like, that one? Okay. When I choose something else, they go like, both of them like, fine. Okay. They never have a, wow, it's really good, together opinions.
True.
So from even though it's a small example, you feel easily confused. And, when you grow up, you take a lot of critical decisions. So in that point of time, when you actually want someone, you actually want satisfaction from your parents. I mean, I am a person who completely goes by the satisfaction. So if you want satisfaction, you want complete 100% from both your parents and not 99, 100% from your parents. Sometimes you just don't get it.
True.
Okay, and
true.
these may be small examples,
True,
but
true. Grishma, thank you, and Raj, I'm so happy that you brought in these light examples, but this can actually blow out of proportion, because the dad might have a set of standards when it comes to rules, homework before going to play, or you have to be an A+, or but the mom could have a different set of rules. For example, having fast food. The dad could be okay with that, or having soft drinks, but the mom could be against it. So what happens is, sometimes if parents don't discuss this within themselves and come up with a common set of rules, that might teach the kids to lie. Okay, and they might try to play the parents one against the other, and that's a very unhealthy trend, because at home I'm the more lenient one. My wife is a little more tougher in enforcing the rules, thankfully. So my kids sometimes get wrong messages. Parents, please note, a lot of people say both parents must have the same opinion at home, but no, that's not practical, because you're two different people. So you don't have to have the same opinion. That's the wrong thing. But what you should teach the kids is how to resolve these differences amicably, without bringing it out in the open and say, no, I said, I'm the breadwinner, and you don't have to do that. And you need to come and solve it in a very polite, dignified manner. I think we'll have probably time for one more break, but what I have is, before that, I want to talk about a couple of other points that you had raised, and we just might have time to cover that. One is something very important, where you said parents sometimes try to fulfill their dreams and ambitions through their children. My grandfather wanted to be an IAS officer, he didn't make it. My father wanted to be, I wanted to be, so you don't have a choice, you have to be a civil service. Both of you are nodding their heads, so I'm sure it happens a lot. We'll discuss that when we come back after the break, and we will sign off for the day after that. So don't go away, the interesting conversation will continue.
ഇന്ത്യൻ രാഷ്ട്രീയത്തിലെ ഇച്ഛാശക്തിയുടെ പുത്തൻ പ്രതീകമായ അരവിന്ദ് കെജ്രിവാളിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള പ്രത്യേക പരിപാടി ഇന്ന് രാത്രി 8 മണിക്ക് നിങ്ങളുടെ NTVയിൽ. ആപ്കാ ആദ്മി.
Welcome back. Let's wind the show with this answer from you. What do you think? Do parents really force their kids to follow the path that they never could follow in the past? Has it happened? Have you come across this question before?
I don't think so. It has happened to me, but it has happened to quite a lot of friends.
Okay.
Because once 10th grade is a grade where you have to choose your streams.
Okay.
Science, commerce, or humanities. So my friend wanted to choose commerce, and her parents were like, "Commerce? Why don't you choose science?
Okay.
Because your brother went for science,
Okay,
my aunt
okay,
went for
okay,
science."
okay.
So all those. So she was really down. She was like, "I just don't get it. I want to do it. I decide my destiny. I decide my future, and then obviously parents should have a say.
Okay.
Okay, but it's just that you have to just have to adjust a bit so that everybody gets a say in what it is, and especially exactly because parents they also should have a say in one of the most critical decisions in your life.
Okay.
But obviously parents just say it out of love because when they were small the situations were completely different from how it is now. I mean, I often hear my dad saying, when I was your age I had to walk 10 kilometers to the school.
True.
I had
We've all heard this.
I had to we finished like I had to use one pencil for one entire week and all those. They say it out of love. I mean, they work day and night to afford every bit of luxury that they can get for us. The best of the best.
True.
But they just have to be a little bit more flexible in matters like this, because suppose if I take the commerce stream and I am not a person completely flexible with math as a subject, so if I take it, then I won't be happy for the rest of my life.
True.
Okay, I will. It's just be like I'll be a bird inside a cage.
Okay.
And I won't be able to do things on my own.
What you really wanted to has to be managed appropriately. Raj, probably in a minute's time, your thoughts on this subject?
What I feel is, if parents have an ambition in mind and they want their child to follow the same ambition, if the child has another ambition which is better than the ambition already planned, then the parents will support it.
Okay.
But if the child has some risky ambition, suppose like being a sportsman or being a cricketer, where you can do wonders, or you can destroy your whole life.
The chances of making it big is very less.
So that time they feel that whatever they have planned, that only the child must do.
True. My case in point, I was trained to be an engineer and an MBA, and I was working in Microsoft. I was not doing really well. I was just adjusting, because those are not my strengths. My strength is in teaching and training. But yes, I followed their directives, because let me conclude with that. I'm so happy the way you presented your disagreements, because not even for a second were you disrespectful. And I don't think teenagers of your age, are disrespectful, because you understand the immense sacrifices parents make, and you absolutely love them, and you reciprocate in kind with all the love and affection. So this is what we have for you, dear viewers, from Grishma and Raj. They understand the sacrifices the parents make, they love them absolutely, but all that they're asking is, parents should not strike a self-righteous pose and think that they're doing everything correct. They need to engage these youngsters in conversation, listen to them. They're quite mature, they're quite reasonable, and then come and strike a common ground where they get love and they get respect, not demanding it, but in a way doing things where that comes naturally. Brothers and sisters, thank you for being with us on air today as we discuss this very important topic of the mistakes parents make. Thanks once again to Mr. Srivalsan Murugan and Mr. Thomas Matthew, our partners in making sure we have quality content. Thank you, Grishma. Thanks a lot for joining us on air. Thank you, Raj. You were awesome the first time on air, and thanks to their parents. Brothers and sisters, see you again in another edition of NTV My Teacher with another very interesting subject. This is with Jitesh and Chanchal. Dr. Sangeet signing off for the day. Thank you.